Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm finally just gonna set up my 7x9 budget planner. You guys, for December, as you guys saw on my budget with me, I created my monthly plan with me. Lord, my monthly budget, and nothing else has happened. I know I know I had bills to pay, and I know that I had $1 something yesterday in my account, and then today I got paid, and it's time to pay bills. So I'm gonna go ahead and move this to the side and just finally set up this big mama bear and just transfer what I had in here because I need a new set of allowance. And oh my god, this planner is done. Like, this is the last month. So if you guys don't mind seeing a repetitive outlook of me setting up my planner, then by all means I'm gonna fast forward it, but I'm finally gonna use the big size 7x9 December calendar on here. I'm gonna go ahead and put my expense trackers on there as well. On my key card, I'm gonna swap out my November one and put my December one in, and then of course I'm gonna go ahead and lay out the bills and then like the cash stuffing times, because I need to get to do that. And then once I'm done, I'll go ahead and start setting up the other spread. So let me go ahead and just really quickly set up my monthly calendar, because you've seen that in my previous video, and then we'll get on with a paycheck one, or like the weekly setup, because yeah, it's a long time. I think today is the 14th. It's literally finals week for me, and LA decided that it was gonna like rain and pour this week. So I'm just like, okay, I see you. I'm like, yes, we do need the water, but like, why on the one of the weeks that is the most stressful y'all want to do this to me, you know? So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and lay this down just like that, and then I'll be right back because we don't need to see this a second time. So give me 1 second and I'll be right back with the finished product. Okay, so I've managed to set up my entire calendar, and all I'm doing now is just taking these stickers by Carla May, and I'm just putting when I'm stuffing my cash envelopes. So the first time I added cash to my envelopes was on the 1st, and since I got paid today, I'm gonna go ahead and transfer out a set amount as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that today instead of tomorrow, and then the next one will be on the 28th, so like that I could be okay. So this month I'm having 3 cash stuffings, which I'm pretty happy. And I love by Carla May's stickers from Cash Stuffing. So if you're interested, go ahead and check out her shop. I love her little like scripts right there, super cute. But anyway, this is how it looks. So now that what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and flip it around. So this is the key card now. This is the December key card. Let me see if it'll focus on it. The green is for groceries. The blue one is for gasoline, miscellaneous, or Christmas spending, because I do have an entire budget on its own, or just like a sinking fund. I haven't actually budgeted out anything. I literally just like swipe my card and just whatever's there is there. Pink will be for personal spending, and unbudgeted will be in red, which I've had plenty of, you guys. Also, this month, something that I realized that was kind of dumb part of me is that I forgot that I was signed up for some subscriptions that never got canceled till yesterday. I had Apple TV charge me for a monthly subscription that I've never used. Apparently it came free with my iPad or my new laptop or whatever. However, I guess I didn't, you know, unsubscribe from it, so I got charged for that, and I've never once used it. And I tried to get my money back, but it's like, no, you will be able to stream until like January. So I'm just like, okay. I had forgotten about my Spotify, but you know, once it got charged, I was fine. Like I said, this month I forgot to pay the one credit card that I now have, which is my IKEA one, which was to furnish some part of my apartment that I was missing. So I'm yet to call to remove the late fee, because I called, but they said that nothing was posted yet. So I had to wait until it was posted. So now I gotta call them back so I can remove that, because yeah, they did say that they were gonna remove it. I just gotta wait until it was posted. And then other than that, the first time that I got paid for December, I basically paid off almost all my bills. So I paid off the IKEA card, Spotify, my medical insurance, my gas bill, my phone bill, and that unexpected subscription, electricity. Now, the only things that are missing is my Orange Theory, my car insurance, and internet that I have to go ahead and pay. So that is exactly what I'm gonna say paycheck 1 is gonna look like, because this is the first time I'm gonna budget out anything. When I got paid on the 1st, I literally just paid everything off that I could, and now I'm gonna get paid for a second time. So that's how I'm looking at it. So yeah, but first what I'm going to go ahead and do now that I have that is I'm going to go ahead and set up my functional spreads, which is usually where I put like my sinking funds, my savings, and my weekly check-in. However, since I do have debt, I am going to go ahead and make that here. It's going to be very tiny. I usually don't use this dashboard. I know a lot of you guys have asked me to do dashboards for this, but I honestly do not know what to make of dashboards. I hate dashboards, so I just usually rip this out. So I'm so sorry if you guys want me to help you how to use this, but I just literally don't find a function for it. What I do want to put here is my weekly check-in, because I've been spending my money like just swiping it and not really like looking into it. So I think that's exactly what I'm going to go ahead and do. I'm yet to like transfer my monthly budget on here, so it's fine. So I do have my weekly check-in, small washi, big washi, more small washi, and then I think I'm gonna do savings, debt, sinking funds, and maybe transaction lock. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do right now, and I'm gonna set it up. So let's get right into it. I'm gonna go ahead and start with the weekly check-in, because I really do like how that looks. And I think I don't have a lot of washi, so we're gonna figure this out. Update on Black Friday orders and Cyber Monday orders. Everything is now shipped. I am now working on my regular queue, which, by the way, you guys, woo, thank you guys so much for the support. It's been raining, so even though like all Cyber Monday orders are like done and out, I haven't gone to the post office yet because I do not want to brave the cold, wet season right now, because I am still currently sick. I'm only gonna do it for school and then call it a day. So I'm so excited. School is over this week. Once I take my final, be done with that, enjoy my little holiday, and then back to the grind for the new year, you guys. To say that the Christmas spirit is in me is not. I'm like pretty grinchy still. I'm getting into it. I have like a couple presents already bought. I think the only people I'm missing is my mom, my dad, and my older sister and her 2 kids. I mean, her 2 kids are pretty easy, but it's just my older sister. She's just being a Grinch too. So that's a whole story in itself. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and lay this down and I'll be right back. Okay, I've managed to do my weekly check-in. I don't know what happened. I ended up writing in cursive. I probably was like feeling my Romina Rosa, you know, way, because I was just looking at her, watching her channel, and she was doing her weekly check-in, I think. And I'm like, I ended up doing cursive. You guys, my cursive is hideous. You want cursive, go watch her. But anyway, this is how my weekly check-in came out looking. To be honest, I cannot remember like how much I gave to each category. So I'm going to go ahead and pull out my plum paper, you guys, because I'm pretty sure I wrote it in here. If not, then I have no clue. Why am I in February? Here you go. So for groceries, oh, this is for the entire month. So I think I divided that by 3. Oh, man, let me see. I think I did something different this month around. I think, let me see. In total, the first transfer of cash envelopes I gave myself $250. So that's how much I gave myself for the first 2 weeks of the month. I know for spending, I would always give myself $125, so that has not changed. So I know that went there. I know I gave myself $50 for gasoline, because gasoline is so expensive. You guys, do not mind my cat. She is... Are you pawing? What are you pawing at? My planners? Don't you dare, woman. So if I gave myself 125 and then 50 for gasoline, then that means I gave myself 175 for groceries. Is that true? 250 minus 125 minus 50. No, I gave myself $75 for groceries then. So $75 for groceries. And I'm not sure how much I had on budgeted because I do keep that rollover in there. So I'm just going to leave it blank. So that is going to be how that looks. Now, I did say that I was going to give myself 3 cash stuffings this time. And based on my December budget, I think those numbers are going to look a bit skewed now. So if I do 150 divided by 3, I'm going to give myself $50 this time around for groceries. So let's do 50 here. I know I'm going to give myself $50 for gasoline. And I'm not going to change my spending, so 125 is going to happen there. And then for unbudgeted for this week, I do have a buffer currently of $35.69, but that's from this unspent money. So I'm just going to leave it as blank right there as well. We're going to see how that will play out the next month, but that's how my weekly check-in is going to look like. So far, I'm going to transfer out, what is that? So I can just do it now because I need to put that into calculation. So 100, 225. So I need to transfer 225 to my cash envelope system. So if you guys are wondering how I do it, I was like, here is my, I don't know if it'll focus on it. It's fine. Here are my 2 accounts. So I have my checking account and my emergency fund here. What I do is that I'll transfer what's in my emergency fund into my cash envelope debit card. So I'll transfer 225 onto there. And then I'll make a direct deposit into my cash emergency system here from my checking account. Because if I do a direct deposit to my emergency fund, it takes 1 day or 2 days to deposit. If I do it to my checking, it takes like about 7 days. I'm not sure why. So that's how I managed to do it. Hopefully that's not too confusing. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and transfer $225. So I'm going to go ahead and do right here, 225 to my checking. See, it'll take same day, you know, for me to have my cash envelopes. So then once I have that, this will go away. And then I'm going to go ahead and deposit that 225 from my Chase account here. And I'm going to enter it, 225. And then it'll be 1 business day. So now I put all the money back into my emergency fund and I'm fully funded for my cash envelopes for the week. So right here, as you guys can tell, I now have $260 for the remaining 2 weeks now. So now my system is fully ready to get spent again. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is now set up this marker right here, which is the sinking funds, my debt tracker, and my savings. I'm going to put sinking funds in the bottom or at the top, because that's one of the ones that has been like very used up because I'm so sick. I've been going to the doctors a lot and I have completely drained out my my medical fund. So that has not been very fun at all. So I'm going to go ahead and put that here because I do have a couple of transactions. So I'm going to go ahead and put this here. My last fund of AAA finally kicked in. It finally got it got charged. So the current sinking funds that I have are my car maintenance, my medical one, which is now completely depleted. I had my AAA one, and then of course my Christmas one. Those were the ones that I started out with this month. And now 2 of them are kind of like depleted. So that's that. I just want to put this down here. Just like that. Cool. So there is my sinking fund. Now the starting balances, I know for AAA was $84 and I nailed it right on the head because that's how much they actually did charge me this time around. For Christmas, I believe I started, because I have been using it, you guys. I was at $5.50 by the beginning of December, so I was at $5.50. So for my medical fund, I ended up with $65 in here. And then my cart maintenance, I was at $165 for cart maintenance. So that is how I started my month. So in total for the month of December, I started with a total of $864 in my sinking funds. Now I'll tell you that has decreased to almost nothing, you guys. The only thing that I fully have right now is my cart maintenance, which is $165. My Christmas fund is down to $175 because I'm almost done Christmas shopping. Like I said, I'm only missing a couple of people. But yeah, that is what's going on. For my debt, it's gonna be pretty simple. I only have one card left. One card that I ended up charging. Like I said, it was to put stuff for my apartment. Like I said, my cat is over there being ridiculous right now. She's trying to maul my my planners, and oh, she wants to get smacked. And like I said, that one was the IKEA project, and the balance for that, $413.28 is what I put on it. The due date was the 12th. No, the 2nd. It was the 2nd of the month because I totally forgot. And the minimum payment was $29, even though I paid $100 towards it. So that is the debt that I currently have, you guys. I'm not too worried about it, and I'm not in a rush to pay it off because it is like 0 interest, so I'm okay with it. I know a lot of people ask me like, what did I do with my credit cards? You guys, I closed, when I was on my debt-free journey, I did close all of my credit cards down, except for my 2 major bank cards, which was my Chase Freedom and my Chase Amazon one, I believe, because of credit purposes, because I needed, you know, to run my credit for an apartment here in LA. There's no going around that, okay? There's just not. But after that, after paying off all my cards, I did close them. I had closed a couple in the beginning of my journey, especially the high APR ones. But if you guys don't want to close your credit cards, that's a decision you have to make. If you want to close them, that's your decision as well. The way you handle your debt is completely different than anyone else's as well. So whatever debt journey and whatever habits that work for you, use that, because personal finances are personal finances. Like, there's no one that can tell you how to make your finances work. It's just a habit that you need to break or live with, and that's just life, you guys. But anywho, I'm gonna go ahead and put my savings now. This is so you just guys can see like what is it that I have saved, like on my own. You know how I started my house fund, you guys? Well, after going through everything, what I'm going through, I have just like put everything on a back burner. Budgeting has been on a back burner. I mean, come on, it's like the 14th and I'm barely now just setting up a huge chunk of my budget planner. But that's because like I'm tired of like not knowing where I'm standing basically right now with my finances, because I'm like, what got paid, what hasn't got paid, you know, that kind of like scenario. So this really does help. But anywho, the savings that I do have, which are the ones that I really just don't touch, is my emergency fund. Here I go again with the cursive. Why? My emergency fund. Oh, did I not? I think for January, I think I flipped this around, but anywho. And the amount for that is at, and I just showed it to you guys because I was just using my Betterment account, $7,619.84. That is like my 3-month, let me zoom you guys in, my 3-month savings for anything that can happen and whatnot. And then the next one is a personal one that I have, and that is everything beside, like everything that I've saved up, but I just have in case like something, like a rainy day like today, if I wanted to go and do something, and not want to like touch any of my normal budget income, I have this to rely off. So currently in my personal savings, I have $585.03. The cents are just dividends that just get into the account. I don't know why. And other than that, I don't think I have anything else because my shop savings is like on its own. The only thing that I actually have is like what I said, the house fund, which I have not put almost anything to it, you guys. I got excited. Life happened and now I'm just like, I'll eventually hop on board, but so far I have $100.02, and that's always hilarious to look at. I always laugh at that. So those are just my savings that I have, besides my sinking funds and whatnot. So that's gonna go there. So if anyone was curious, the total savings that I have that I do not touch is $7,619.84 plus $585.03 plus $100.02. I technically right now have $8,304.89 in savings. So for those curious, that is how what I have. Now I do have a log that I can put on here if I wanted to, which I probably can if I should, huh? Why not? Let's just put a transaction log for any of these categories. I know that I will be having another medical copay coming up tomorrow. I'm getting a nerve test done and I gotta pay for that for my carpal. So not very fun, not very excited, but I want this carpal tunnel to be fixed because I'm tired of being in pain. It's so annoying. So anyway, I have 3 slots that I can put my medical copays on. So, okay, that is how this section is looking like. So, oh, doesn't that look so much better? So I have my calendar here, my sinking funds, debt tracker, and savings, and my weekly check-in. So what I'm going to go ahead and do now off camera is I'm going to lay all my expenses and then put them here and then update you guys on how my cash envelope system is looking like and how much I spent, because that's really going to help me. And then on the next video, you guys will see my paycheck 2 budget. So yay. Okay, so let me do that and I'll be right back. Okay, there we go. So I put all my transactions, and you guys, this will probably be kind of like a difficult weekly check-in for me because this beginning part, if you guys can see it, there is a lot of unbudgeted, but I also was cross using my debit card. So I was using my cash envelope one, and then I was using my regular personal debit card just because I was using the workers' comp money, just because I know I was running low on my cash envelopes system, and I only do that just because, you know, it's just, I didn't care for budgeting. When you're in that mood, you don't care. If you have money in your bank account, you're going to use that bank account regardless. So I've been doing that lately. However, today I'm hoping I will stop that since I kind of have a clear indication of where I'm at within this category. So if you guys will see here, I have a certain amount, and if I surpass that is because I've been using 2 separate checking accounts, but I'm going to mark it as a whole because this will also like kind of help me to like reflect back on how much is it that I need to fix my budget for the next month, especially since I'm learning on what I'm spending my money on just myself. So I'm gonna go ahead and just start adding up for week 1, and I do Sunday to Saturday. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Those are my weeks. So for my first week in groceries, I didn't have any spending, so I'm gonna leave that blank. For gasoline, I pumped $40.02 because clearly I don't know how like people just pull out like on the dot when you're using your debit card, like at the pump. Spending had quite a few expenses. This was mainly because we went to a concert. I went to BTS, and I think on Wednesday we camped out for merch. So we were getting like, we were up like by 4 a.m. and we were there like for a long time. So I had to get like food and drinks to maintain ourselves. And then yeah, it was like a little vacay kind of scenario on that part. But anyway, for that part I did $13.65. We did $24.89. It's basically food for camping out so much. And then the next day after the concert, we were like starving, so we went and got some seafood and then some Jack in the Box, pretty sure for breakfast. So that first week, I ended up spending $95.77 for everything food related. And then I did have an unbudget of $20 just because I didn't really plan on going to a BTS concert. I was invited like last minute. It was so nice. Had a blast. So I did spend $20 on parking. So that's how that went. Week 2, I had a lot of unbudgeted. So let me do unbudgeted first. So laundry, I have not budgeted for laundry for some strange reason. I forget that I have to do that. I ended up buying a lot of movies on Vudu. So that was a thing. And then I ended up taking my brother and my family out to eat to IHOP because it was my brother's birthday. So in total that week I had $174.27 on just on budget. Like I didn't know it was gonna happen. It was just last minute, you know, thoughts that happened, and I just like I coughed up the money and I didn't care. For groceries, I ended up spending, let's see, I think on Sunday I went to just get remainder of the things that I needed, like a few condiments or drinks. And then at Target, I went to go get like toiletries. And then on Thursday, I was making a specific recipe. So I needed to get some of the missing items. So in total for groceries, I ended up spending $68.01. So let's do $68.01 for this week. Gasoline, I did not spend any because I just haven't been going out like that. So let me mark these off. And then for personal spending, oh well, that's a whole scenario in itself. Panera, my favorite thing, especially right now that I'm sick. I just eat a lot of soup. $13.69, same thing. Went out after IHOP. We still wanted coffee, so I took them out to get some coffee. And then on the weekend, my mom wanted to go to the mall and get Christmas shopping. So I ended up buying stuff for myself that I wasn't planning on because the sale was so cheap. And then I needed to eat. And then, of course, I can't go out without getting Starbucks for some strange reason. So $67.51 is what I spent that week. If you guys catch a mistake, don't worry. I'll fix it later. Right now, I'm just like trying to get through all my spending habits. And now we're on this week. The only thing that I've gone is to Target. I think I needed, I forgot what I needed. I think I got like a toothbrush, and more toiletry stuff that I needed. And I have not gone out yesterday. I haven't gone out today because it's raining. Tomorrow's a different story. I have co-pays that I will have to do, have appointments and school, finals, and then hopefully I'll be done. So yeah, that is how my weekly check-in is looking like, you guys. So far, if I zoom you guys in, I've spent $68 on groceries. I've spent $40 on gas, and then let's see, if I do $95.77 plus $67.51, I spent $163 on personal spending. So I'm a little over budget. So let's do $125, about $40 over budget than what I planned, and then about, let's see, $195 on just pure unbudgeted items. So yeah, that has been a quick check-in of where I'm standing in my budget currently. Honestly, it's not bad considering that I have not even looked at any of my bank accounts. I just just tracked anything. So I'm not, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. I'm going to say it's not that bad. I'm pretty happy with how far it's eye-opening, because look at all those unbudgeted, but it's not bad. So in the next video, you guys will see my paycheck budget, so stay tuned for that. It's not much happening, just a cash envelope stuffing. Gotta pay my Orange Theory membership, my car insurance, and then the internet, and I'll be good to go. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you in my next video. Bye, you guys.